You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
Niall is still on secondment on his destination wedding, not his own, just another one he's got to go to a destination for. And it's me, Brian, and I've got the wrong type of caffeine-free Coke because
Is
apparently
it
they
the
didn't
kind
put.
with extra caffeine?
It's the Diet Coke as opposed to the Coke Zero. And it says this
Okay,
is my
right.
taste on the can, and it's not my taste, but it will make sure I don't drink too much of it because I don't like it
Hmm.
as much. That's always the advantage when occasionally you're forced to drink Diet Coke.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I don't like it as much, so that's fine, it lasts longer. Detective Conan we opened with as we talk about the anime December the 6th to December. I hadn't finished writing it down because we're going to cover a few more days than we normally do.
Oh, if it's December 12th normally,
It is.
is what we would be doing.
Yeah, about 14 because we're covering some other stuff that aired the following weekend because this will be
Yeah,
the
we're,
last.
we're doing that week's worth of anime and also finishing off a couple of things because they've done so much move on to the next arc or whatever, but they kind of like wrap
Yeah,
this one up, like
and this
Detective
is
Conan. So we're covering part one and part two of the Red Brick Warehouse and the Vanishing Kidnapper part. Yeah, so
yeah, this is probably our last recording of the year. Probably, maybe, unless we lose our minds the week between Christmas and New Year's.
wouldn't be the
Uh,
first time.
no, no, because I mean I'm back at work those 3 days, so
Hmm.
I may want to do a podcast again. Uh, but starting off with 2 episodes of Detective Conan, episodes 100, no, sorry, it's 100, 1184 and 1185, unsurprisingly. It is the arc called The Red Brick Warehouse and the Vanishing Kidnapper.
Do you think they went with the red brick warehouse because it's a converted warehouse as a shopping district? But it essentially the kids are looking for a kidnapper on this. They're beating the streets, and the actual thing is taking place in Pancake House, which is less cool a title than a red brick warehouse. It's like the pancake themed restaurant kidnapper hiding place. It was just like that.
Well,
It sounds a
yeah,
lot cooler. Like, oh, he's hiding out in the warehouse and he's got a gun. It's like, no, he's just hiding in a pancake shop. It's less. It starts very exciting with a fucking car chase
yeah,
in
the
media res, and then has to explain why they're having a car chase. Which you're chasing a criminal. You don't need to set that up for me. But fair enough.
Yeah, the wiki explains that this is the first canon appearance of the Yokohama Red Brick Warehouse. It previously appeared in the 2014 TV special, The Disappearance of Conan Edogawa, The Worst 2 Days in History.
It doesn't surprise me that the amount of crimes that went on in Town, that one of these big places would happen to have two big crimes happening. It's like, it just statistically with that high of crime rate, it's going to happen. That there's been several murders at this location. Would you believe? Yeah,
Yes. But the thing I love about this story is that very thing, is the split investigation. The fact that we've
yeah,
got the kids doing one side of the investigation and the cops doing the other side. And I think that first they start off independent and then they join up in the middle of the first episode of relaying
yeah.
information to
They're
each other.
relaying information through the phone, kind of thing. But and Conan constantly hanging up before he's explained what
Yes.
he's going to do, or explaining that we're going to go and check it out, and the cops are like, "Don't fucking do it!" Ah, shit, he already hung up. Ah, okay.
Yes. Or Conan is so addicted to giving explanations. He's figured out where this kidnapped child is, but let's not go immediately tell the police where she is.
Oh my
I'm going.
God! Listen, listen. That I always love a good Conan arts and crafts thing. Now I haven't given a go to that paper plane yet. It looks pretty fun. I'm going to try and do it, and then I'm going to show it off to my nieces and nephews, and be the cool uncle that they think I am, but they're wrong. I'm actually super lame. But the yeah, I'm going to do that. That looks great fun, Conan. There's a kidnapped child. All right, we are on a fucking clock here. Okay.
Well, we got to explain a dice code and make a paper aeroplane first.
The thing I also didn't understand about the dice is, like, I guess they were drawing the code on the dice. I thought they were a pre-made set of dice to tell this thing. I was like, that seems awfully involved. I was like, oh no, they drew on it with marker. I didn't realize
Yes.
that was what they were going for. Yeah.
And the other thing I like is you've got all this complicated code stuff, and so Conan is you get basically like the how Conan thinks and how Chiara Hagawara thinks in this is that
Yeah.
Conan is like he's attracted to the complicated ways of solving the crime. It's like, oh, these criminals are using a dice code from the 1700s. Um, and to spell English words out to indicate when it's okay to kidnap this child. I love this shit.
Mm.
He's like, the child has made this paper plane that flies like a bird. She's done it specifically so she can attract the attention of the cat
Of a
who looks like
local famous
yes,
cat. Famous
yes.
locally. It's not a famous cat. Yeah.
I love this cat, partly because he's just a cat version of the tiger from Yaiba, but also because he's animated with higher intelligence than a normal animal. He's able to identify that Conan is the one who needs to see this clue. I'm gonna give this to
Yeah, but it's also doing the cat thing of just hanging out with these kids,
yes.
which is very like pet like. Yeah.
Yeah, and when they demonstrate the paper bird, you get the little cat wiggle the arse to get pounce after it.
Like this isn't its first rodeo. This paper plane has been made for this cat before. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Um, so that's all fun stuff. But then the way Chihaya Hagiwara is like kind of goes through all this stuff and to figures out which one of the because they chase the guy to pick who's going to pick up the ransom to this
Actually,
place.
we'll open with the thing. For what are the two detectives in the car? They're chasing a motorcyclist down the freeway.
Yes, it's Sato and Takagi, our regular
Sasa and
uh,
Nagati, they're chasing them. And it's
romantic
like,
couple.
how did we get into this situation? And then they cut back to when they were caught in traffic, and they told the motorcyclist, "Hey, you can't park your bike there. I'm going to have to give you a ticket if you do." And the dude was trying to. No one carries a metal briefcase unless they're doing crimes with it. That's my understanding. So he was trying to pick up a metal briefcase out of a bin, and the other he drives off on his motorbike after getting a bollocking from the cops, and he's just scared shitless. Again, in a helmet, we don't know what he looks like. The other cops pull up and go. Actually, they're running down the street. It's like, stop that man! He's a fucking serial kidnapper. He was picking up the ransom. We're gonna fucking track him on it. But now he's dropped the tracker in the suitcase full of the money. So you guys need to chase him because you guys are on cars and we're on foot. Man, so they're in the middle of a car chase, and the motorcyclist does the dastardly thing of like driving when there's a pedestrian crossing, driving so that they can't see the small child that's in front of the silhouette in front of his car until he swerves right out of the way, and then they have to put on the brakes. They nearly hit a kid, except the superhuman motorcyclist cop shows up to do the rescue, saving the kid. Everyone's unharmed, but then they still stop to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, because
It's
the other
fine.
problem is they've got into they're outside of their jurisdiction. They've chased him
Yeah,
into
into
another
her
precinct.
jurisdiction, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
But the motorcyclist has crashed out after trying that crazy maneuver, and he's probably hidden in a nearby red brick warehouse. I forget what the reasoning is that the only possible place he could be hiding in is this pancake house.
uh,
They have some logic about
it's
it.
yeah, it's like the act the level of activity is right for him to be able to hide out at that time of day. There's enough people there at this time of day that it'll be hard to spot him in a crowd. Uh,
Yeah, and maybe it's the only place that's like a place you can sit down and like wait for the
yes,
heat to die off because maybe there's no other like restaurant or something in this place. It's all uh yeah, retail units, but not like places you can just spend too long in without being suspicious.
yes, and because he's seen Sato at the park, Chihara is going to have to swap clothes with Sato.
It's
Uh,
the only way. It's the only way.
anyway, so we get a comedy bit where they're changing clothes in the car, and somebody's ass gets pressed against the window, and Takagi's like, "Is that my girlfriend's ass or that other woman's ass? I shouldn't be staring at it
Like
regardless."
he's standing guard to make sure no one looks at them as they're trying to awkwardly change the cars, bounce it up and down. We don't see her arse. It's just he sees an arse, and that's the comedy of it. Is like I don't know how to feel about this. So she's dressed as a motorcycle cop, and our motorcycle cop is like the one thing she does comment on is like, it's a bit tight in the chest. So she's a bigaboob. Um,
Yes,
Thanks for that.
because
But
yeah,
but she's being very provocative as she standardly fucking is. That's part of her character. So yeah.
yeah. Between this arc and being animated, the current arc which she's in the comic, it's very clear to me, at least how I feel. It's like she is one of these where the author goes, "I'm just going to write my ideal woman. I've been doing it long enough.
Hey,
Let's go ahead and just
it's
write."
worked for authors across the fucking
Yes,
generations. So why fucking not? Yeah.
it's going to write an incredibly cool woman. Um, Yeah, and then we get a whole bunch of comedy where Hagiwara's jokingly flirting with Takagi and Sato's like standing outside the restaurant fuming at this. Um, as they
because
have to.
they're keeping in contact with their phones. They have the kidnapper's phone, so he can't contact whoever's holding the child, basically, that's been kidnapped. Yeah, they figured all out this, and just by just kind of like logically through line is like, okay, so the fact that there's only like the kidnapper hasn't been called yet, the person holding the kidnapper hasn't been called yet, it means that there's only these two people in it. So if we catch this guy, we'll catch the other thing. And while they're doing this stakeout where they're pretending to be a couple on a date in the waffle, sorry, I was going to say Waffle House, in the Pancake House, Conan rings him up and is like, "Hey, is there a missing kid?" And they're like, "The fuck? How the fuck did you? We haven't reported that to the police because they figured out because they were in the neighborhood looking for a cat that looked like the cat belonged to, I forgot what their equivalent of Kamen Rider is in this
Carmen Yaiba,
Kamen
which is
Yaiba. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, okay.
which is clearly it's a the Tokusatsu series named after his previous manga, which clearly has there's influences of it's weird because there's like elements
Mm.
of Yaiba the manga in Carmen Yaiba, but also Yaiba the manga exists in Detective Conan, and also characters out of Yaiba exist in Detective Conan.
So it's not clear if Yaiba is a fictional book in Conan, or it's a fictional book based on real people in Detective Conan, or Yaiba, the events of Yaiba actually fucking happened. They wrote a manga about it, and in the years they also made a fucking Sentai fucking show about it. Like that, we
Yes.
don't fucking know. We don't know. I like to
No.
think of it as some combination of all those things, and also like the early Marvel comics where the Fantastic Four had to go to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee to get them to write their stories correctly. Like that kind of shit. Like just go fucking crazy on it. Why not?
Yeah. There's an OVA where all the characters from the three different series all meet.
Mm.
So
Logic be damned.
yes. But I can't remember if there's like a fictional get out of that. Anyway, I'm half expecting there to be an explanation for it, given that we now have an explanation, at least in the movies, as to why Kaito Kid so easily disguised himself as Shinichi. there is
Uh, yeah.
there is an explanation for that. It is a ludicrous explanation, but it kind
Oh,
of sort of makes sense.
yeah. There's a lot of guys who look like him. He's got one of those faces, I guess, that looks like a lot of people.
No, there is
I assume they have a better explanation. Yeah.
there's a better explanation than that, and it kind of makes sense, and it is an interesting explanation. Um, yeah, so
But
but we'll
the
come
kids
back
are
to
looking for this. They're looking for this cat because it's a
yes,
cool cat, and one of the kids has the, I think, 25th anniversary of Kamen Yaiba badge. That's an
yes,
important detail that I forgot about, and then it was like, oh, that's actually very relevant. Okay,
yes.
fair enough.
That's
But
the big story plot cliffhanger. Is that
his cool
badge?
new badge. Yeah, so they find this cat and it's chewing on some paper, and the paper is, I think it's like, what's the kid's name? Like Satomi, help
Shiori,
save me, or
yeah,
Shiori save me, or something like that.
yeah,
Like the cat has eaten the rest of the note, so they're not sure what the rest of it says. But it's like, this is a kidnapping note. So they ring up the cops. The cops like, how the fuck did you find out? It's like, all right, we'll chase the leads here. You guys hunt that guy down because that you have pinned in the Pancake House. And again, these two kind of diverse stories, they play off each other very well.
yeah. Because they basically the kids all split up and ask questions around the neighborhood, and then they reconvene and with all their clues, and it forms this picture of what's going on. There's this mysterious dice man. There's a white bird, a strange white bird that a kid mentions has seen, and somebody else had mentioned as well. And they come to the conclusion that it's the new housekeeper is in on it, leaving messages to this mysterious dice man in this 1700s code for English letters to basically say what day is it the only the grandmother at the house, that's the time to do the kidnapping thing. And we notice that the dice man has something written on his right hand. Um,
Mm.
and
I
there's
didn't cop onto that very simple clue that would have given it away more. Yeah.
yes, that's the great thing at the end is when Conan has run through all the elaborate, complicated clues he's gone through, and then Shihara
The
goes,
elaborate
"Yeah,
1700 ciphers that he knows off
yes,
by heart.
yeah." It's like,
All the ways of folding paper that he fucking knows, which is a lot. Um, it's just her noticing details on the scene because she's a cop on the. I mean, I guess she's a motorcycle cop, but she's a cop on the beat, so she notices things in the moment. She does things in the moment. All right, we'll do this test to see which of them it is and make the gamble of it. And it's just like, and it's very like on boots on the ground is what her skill set is.
Yes, because Conan mentions the thing on the right hand, and that's enough for her to figure out which of the three
But
guys.
she just wanted to confirm with the other thing,
Yes.
basically. Yeah.
Yes, because Conan has the idea that he's like, I think it's a nurse because of the way he phrased his sister's the
Yeah, he said
sickness.
he didn't say my sister had a flu, so she's just recuperating now, and it's like we're keeping an eye on her progress, or so, like it was basically like a very medical way of putting she's got a flu. We're gonna keep an eye on her, kind of thing.
Yes,
Um,
and writing
and
on your hand is the
also
thing
writing on
nurses
your
do.
hand is a thing nurses do, and I was like, that's a thing a lot of fucking people do. But fair enough. Like you drew the first thing into the second thing, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's like it goes along with the elaborate instructions on how to make an excellent paper bird. Um, is that
It's pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to give that one a go. Yeah.
it's in the realm of fun facts, which is also the reveal of how they draw out the because they have to get so Jugo shows up, uh, goes to tell off Sato for being a traffic cop who's waiting around at a restaurant, and she just yells at him, and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
She's like, I'm fuck. He's like, hey, beat cop, I'm a detective. Get back to your fucking job. And she's like, fuck off. And he's like, oh shit. Okay, sorry, ma'am. You have a good day. He's literally not part of this fucking investigation. He's just there to have some pancakes. But
Yes,
then he sees his girlfriend going out with another detective. Oh my god. So
yes,
now it's a different stakeout that he's staking out them for figuring out the three different suspects that they have in mind, because each of these men have a stain on, I want to say, their left boot, which could be from like the pedal, the throttle on the motorbike,
yes, and they come
because
to
she
the
knows
conclusion.
motorbikes. So yeah.
Yeah, it comes to the conclusion that yes, they all came here on a motorbike, and also
Mm.
they're all lying about why they're here. But we never go into the reasons why the other two are lying. Um,
See, they talked about that dude with the shitty jacket, because he obviously had to drop his motorcycle jacket after the crash, so they couldn't identify him, and he's wearing like a big dragon's up sleeve up the
yeah,
arm kind of thing
he,
that
he's
doesn't suit him, and it was just like, what? Maybe he's just a terrible fashion taste. It's like, I want to know that guy's story now. He seems like an
yes,
interesting character. What's his deal? We'll never know because he didn't do it. He's not one of
no.
the fucking guys.
Well, I think he comes back to this idea with one of the stories shortly down the line, where
Okay,
you,
okay,
you you get you get three guys again, but this time you do get all three guys acting suspiciously, and you get all of their stories. Um,
okay, cool.
so yes, but yeah, so she goes over to Jugo and says, "Yeah, we need your help." And what they do is they go next to each of the guys, and they play the music that local hospitals use to call nurses.
It's like 37% of local hospitals tend to use for release, and then like whatever 20 some percent use
Yeah,
pagers, and then the other percent 7% use I've forgotten the classical piece, but like a
minuets. Yeah,
minuet. So, and she's like, I took the risk on it, but and it's just like, you have responded to it. And it's like, you can't fucking call me out for that. It's just like, yeah, but I also noticed you're left-handed because of like obviously you have to be left-handed to write a note on your right hand.
yes.
But I think it was his watch was on his right hand, and he was drinking the tea with his left. I think was the clue that was very easy, and I should have copped onto it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why I loved it because it was like you
Mm.
had Conan giving you all this complicated information and fun trivia, and then it's like, oh no, you could have just paid attention to what handedness they'd got, and that would tell you which one it was. I was like,
Mm, mm,
yeah, I was like, oh, that's a really well written stuff, and
mm.
yeah, and also like how Conan then tricks the housemaid into giving up by presenting dice, which telling her to give up. Um, Um, yeah, and also there's like this is one of these stories where there's no sort of oh yeah, Shinichi was telling me how to do all this. No, it's just like we've put our trust in this 6-year-old child to help us solve this crime.
In the district where he lives, Conan has to put on this fucking show of, I'm actually being informed by a more intelligent teenager of all these crime solving things. Whereas in this other district, they're just like, oh, that's the crime solving child, the child that solves crime. Yeah, he'll help us out. They don't like him because he's out of his jurisdiction. But other than that, he's grand. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, I mean Jugo likes him. It's Jugo's brother who can't stand him. It's Jugo's brother who
That's true.
accuses
Yeah, yeah.
accuses them of causing the murders. just
I
by
mean,
their
that would be an
presence.
easy win for him. So yeah.
Um, I need to go. I need to double check because the way that she calls him boy feels like very loaded. Like I know there's something up with you, small
Oh, yeah,
child.
it's boy with inverted commas. Like it's just like, there you go, small child. Hmm? Yeah, it is nearly sarcastic in it, and the fact that she keeps saying it because it's
Yeah,
not usually part of her speech. So the fact that she's emphasizing it so much seems to be just like, all right, something's up with this fucking kid. I don't know if he has like glandular problems or something like that, but that's not a small child. You can't fool me.
yeah. I need to check like whether this is a common thing of people who have figured out what his deal is to start
Mm.
calling him boy at first. Yeah. Yeah, what does yes, yeah, Hyoe, the one-eyed cop, uh the chief cop, Kuroda,
Mm.
yeah, he's on the wiki, he says, yeah, he calls these three things he's called him are Edogawa Conan, he's called him the brain behind Sleeping Kogoro, and also boy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's probably a clear indicator that he's definitely
Yeah,
also aware there's something up with this child. Hello, small child. Let me explain this
yeah.
fucking series of murders to you. Um. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Some people are in the know.
yeah, Kazuke Yamato, the other one-eyed cop, he calls him boy. Shuichi Akai calls him boy. That's the one I was thinking of. I was like, I'm pretty sure
Mm.
Akai has called him boy. Jody Starling though calls him cool kid and cool guy. Also occasionally boss apparently. Yeah, James
Mm.
Black has called him cool guy. Apparently Jugo has called him boy as well, so but I don't think he's figured it out. But yeah,
I don't think he's
Black.
figured out how to get his life back together, but yeah. Okay.
No, because yeah, he's like they're not actually boyfriend and girlfriend yet. It's just clearly that she has her eye on him because and
Yeah.
he has his eye on her. But I'm at this
She's
point.
only probably waiting for him to make a move out of respect
Yes.
to, because I mean, like, she'd make the move, 100%. She'd make the move, but it's like that's going to be personally insulting to him and his masculinity. So I'm just going to wait for him to fucking make the move. It's grand.
Yeah. Also, she's pining for a dead cop as well, still, but we don't get
Yeah.
that in this story. But we will
But
in future
what we
ones.
do, what we do end it with is the little kid moving his badge to his scarf, and they're like, "Hey, did you get two of those limited edition badges?" Like, no, no. When I got this, they said to keep it on your outermost layer. It's like I guess animation companies are really fucking struggling that they need me to do the advertising for them. And Conan's like, "That's a fucking listening device and a camera, motherfucker." And he breaks it open, steps on it immediately after figuring out what it was, and then we get friggin' Zero looking going like, I guess that plan is going nowhere, but we got some information, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course we don't know which one of his many handlers is he actually spying on Conan for at
Who's
this
he
point.
doing this for? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Could be the
Yeah,
CIA at this stage. Who fucking knows?
yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't know who that new guy with the hawk walking stick is, do we?
Oh yeah, and those are the other guys who accept Conan as the crime-solving child, the CIA, or is it the
Yeah.
FBI or the CIA?
It's
Whichever of them.
the
Anyway.
FBI. The FBI are the ones who Conan will merrily go and help them cover up illegal actions in Japan.
I don't know if that counts as traitorous because you're not at war, but it's pretty fucking traitorous. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Conan seems to like the FBI more than he likes the Japanese police,
I guess you have to deal with them the whole time. You get sick of them. Yeah.
particularly the security bureau that Rafe works for. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, which is fine because I like when there's a little bit of politics in Conan, though. After
Yeah.
I believe the author was not happy about the large amount of politics that are in the movie number 6, and that's why it's been pulled back a bit uh,
Oh, okay.
since then. Well, no, I think yeah, because I think or maybe it's not 6. I think oh no, I think it is the what it is the zero dedicated film that the author was told he went a little too far on. So it might not have. The finished script might not have been as far as how far he went on the original script. But that's the one where Conan's like, it comes across as a criticism of how informants are handled by the Japanese
Like kind of
police.
hung out to dry kind of thing, or
Yes, yeah, very
yeah,
much. Yeah.
okay. Like
Uh,
a lot of Conan is a criticism of the systems in place. If only a small child could come here and solve this murder for us, because the
yes.
cops fucking can't.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah, yeah.
it's inadvertently, and I do like how, as we've said, it's like it is the Baker cops who are specifically seem to be portrayed more incompetent than all the other precincts who can't rely on a small child to solve their crimes week in week out, just
Mm,
occasionally.
mm.
But yeah, the Baker ones do seem to be portrayed a little less competently.
Yeah.
Then we got Spy Family, episode 47, Austin's Troubles, A Normal Mixer, and Moon Landing, plus episode 48, Extreme Level 3 Situation. Uh, I do like how these all sort of flow into each other, apart from Moon Landing, which is just like a side story.
I mean, like that's a post credits like little joke thing, which is fine. Like that's all it really needs to be. But it at least gives one of those other kids a little more characterization, which is nice.
Because Austin's Troubles is the teacher who was on the bus when it got hijacked.
He got
Uh,
tased and shit. Like he had to be evacuated for medical reasons. Mr. Henderson took his place. Yeah, he had a rough time of it, and he's getting the shakes, and he's crying in his sleep, and the wife's giving out from crying in the sleep. So he's like, maybe I should go to that therapist Henderson recommended to me. Yeah, this Twilight. I mean, sorry, Dr. Forger. My
yes.
mistake.
So he does, and then Lloyd discovers that it's not the hijacking that's the problem; it's his marriage rather, that's the problem.
It's fun because it's like he's saying like in his head like the thing of this guy's built up a lot of contacts with important fucking people and people who went on to become important people in the school. It's like it'd be great if he owed me a favor, and it's just like I'm helping this man out of thing. He's getting his. He's pretending to be a secretary, but she would if she was asked. The other spy, he's getting her to like
Fiona,
follow him
yes.
around and see what the fuck his life is like, and through that they've discovered that his wife is a fucking massive thunder cunt, like just a real piece of shit.
But also, well,
He's
specifically
also
though,
kind of a dick.
he's at
To
fault.
be fair, he is.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
he is because when
she
he
has
says like,
reason.
"Oh, what did you talk to your wife about?" It's like I told you she gave out to me for talking in my sleep, and he's like, "No, like, what's the last conversation you had with her?" It's like that is the last conversation, and he's like, "You see, you don't talk to your wife, so it's probably pissing her off."
Yes,
And also he's discovered in the investigation that he doesn't do the dishes, he doesn't help with rearing the kids, despite being a fucking teacher. He doesn't do a lot of the shit, so she's getting really bitter about it. But she's a real dick about it. When he's in hospital afterwards, she's like, "You could just fucking stay here," which is that's pretty jerky
yes,
as well. But yeah, they're both
but
they're
yeah,
both at fault in various ways.
yes. But we do get the introduction here of like Lloyd is perhaps judging a little too harshly because his fake marriage is too perfect, as Fiona observes when Lloyd's saying
Ah,
all
that that
these
that
these.
loads in so fucking nicely to the next part of the
Yes,
normal mixer, where Yor notices that her I don't want to say friends, work colleagues.
they want
They're
to be.
kind of her friends by the end. They're friends by the end of this, I want to say, but like
Yes,
for sure.
they
But
want
like
to be they want to be friends with her, and they find it difficult to be friends with her because
because
she's
she
always
keeps herself
avoiding them.
distant because she's secretly an assassin. But in this case, she sees they're getting extra time. Like, sorry, they have to stay on late to do fucking a bunch of typing and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, will we give you a hand with that?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, thanks." And they're like, "You don't really open up to us. That's one of the first times you opened up to us." And they're like, "All right, thanks for helping us out. It's like, do you want to come out drinking with us?" And she's like, "What?" I was like, I guess I should to appear normal. I'll have to let my husband know." And your one's like, "Fuck you, you're fucking perfect, goddamn fucking husband." So that becomes the topic of conversation out drinking. Your obviously is immediately drunk when we cut to the pub. And she keeps riling up the blonde woman, saying is just like her marriage is so perfect. She loves her husband. They never have any arguments. And one's like, what the? You gotta argue about something. I mean, like you gotta not get on in some other ways. And the smaller of the three of them is also wanting Yor to break up with this fucking louse. I don't know why. I think she just wants to create drama. She's that one of the group. And the woman with black hair, she's just like very cold, but also kind of willing to poke the bear a little.
Yeah,
They're all looking for drama, nearly.
she's the other one who's married, the one with the black hair.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The blonde-haired woman, I think she's in a relationship as we saw before, and yeah,
yes.
Yor wanted to help her out because she helped her out with
Oh, okay, yeah.
cooking. I want to say like Yor's cooking was worse before her, which is like saying something because it is notoriously terrible.
Yes, Sharon is the married one who, according to the wiki,
Sharon, yeah,
has a 6-year-old son who's studying at Eden Academy. I don't think we've met that child yet.
I don't recall. No, no.
No, or
Huh, that
or
seems odd.
or possibly we have and they haven't been identified.
Yeah, yeah,
Presumably they weren't on the bus. They were on the bus which got to the location, not the one two of which were hijacked.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, and she gets she's already too drunk one drink in, and then in order
Mm.
to boldly pretend that she does have marriage problems, she drinks another drink and then goes into a violent fantasy about getting permission to murder Lloyd to save the marriage.
Yeah, it's like I need my marriage to remain realistic, so you need to give me permission to kill Lloyd. And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, like that's what you need. Go for it." And so she's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill a husband of mine," and and they're like, "Man, I didn't know Yor was so fucking funny. This is a great bit that she's doing now. What a funny bit." Um, so they're all like really warming up to her because this is the side of her they'd never known before, of her to make silly jokes about murdering her perfect husband, get fucking sloshed. Yeah.
But yes, she has to be told by the barman not to leave the premises with their cutlery. Um, but then they start talking about getting a welcome home kiss, and yours like, oh, should I be getting one of those? And then when she gets back home, uh, Lloyd goes to greet her, realizes she's drunk, she topples over because the bar. I like we get it's that bar again. It's the other bar again from when she kicked him when they got too intimate last time.
Yeah, I want to call it the horniness danger bar or something like. Yeah, yeah. The steam rising in her cheeks and stuff, and she's like, okay, and that bar surpasses it when he catches her in like the romantic kind of arm behind her kind of way, and then a second fucking like a second boss health bar appears, and it's like, oh no, if I don't fucking get out of this situation now, I'll definitely fucking kill him immediately with the kick to the face. So I think she gets out of it more so by like passing
She,
out,
yeah,
which
no,
is
she does like a leap on the second bar to escape, and then
to
Anya's like,
escape his clutches. And he's
yeah,
like, the parents are being real fucking handsy today, huh?
yes,
Which is
yeah, and then the little shorts at the end is Ewan and Anya bonding over the joys, the fantasies of the possibilities of space flight. Well, Damien's very cynical, and then he gets jealous because Anya's
Damon's
playing with
initially
one of his
cynical because it's
friends.
obviously the space race is obviously a proxy version of war to show who's the most technologically advanced in a fucking Cold War situation. While fucking take Damien, I don't think that's necessarily no, it is true, but obviously you man just like, what if we could fucking get to the moon though? That'd be really cool. And Anya's like, like sci-fi, likes action, like so a rocket ship is right up her alley, and he's playing with her, pretending to be rocket guys with her paper rocket ship that he's messing with. And Damien's like, well, I'm a politician, so I'll be the one telling the rocket ship to go what planet it goes to. So you all should be talking. And it's like, you're not speaking up, Damien. You need to get involved in the game they're playing where they're whooshing around the little rocket around the class.
Yeah, yeah. This is Becky telling uh,
Yeah.
him that because Becky knows all about romance, so
From her fiction. Yes.
she can identify when Damien is jealous. Yeah, it's a cute little thing which continues the feelings Damien has for Anya that are
Mm.
constantly mixed. Um, unsurprisingly. Then we've got Extreme
But
Level
I did like that
3.
as the three parts of that worked. I like the fact that they're all about like romantic relationships and the different ways those go and the different perspectives on it, from childhood to married people, to who married people who are pretend married but getting on quite well, to married people who are real married not getting on very well. I was just like, they really work together very good as three shorts. Yeah, it's just very well done.
Yeah, and there's like the fun irony of you're worrying that people realize her marriage is fake because it's not going badly.
Yeah, yeah.
And the observation that Lloyd puts so much effort into his marriage that it looks too perfect on the outside.
Mm.
Um, then we get Becky and Martha are taking Anya to the zoo, so they're not involved in this story. Um, and they have to drag Becky away because of her
She more
infatuation with
wants to hang out
Lloyd.
with Lloyd, assuming he was coming on the trip, and I was like, why would he be coming on the trip? But yeah, because obviously Becky's minder is there, and we know she can take care of the situation, so we're good.
Uh, and then we get like the comment on the screen that Yori's still a little drunk, uh, and she wants to
She is
find
embarrassed about facing her
bribes.
husband, basically.
Yes. And then that's interrupted by Yuri, who makes things worse because he gets the wrong
Well,
end
I
of
mean,
the
like she
stick.
was basically, yeah, she was trying to build up, and it was like, I'm mad at you that I'm don't have enough things to be mad at you about.
Yes.
Is basically her problem, and so when she's like, I'm fucking mad at you, just as her brother bursts through the door, goes like, oh, the perfect opportunity to fucking end this marriage. Let's go down to the courthouse and fucking annul this bitch. Let's fucking go.
Um, and Lloyd's like,
And
"What have I done wrong?
misunderstandings.
I shouldn't try. I should just apologize." And he apologizes. She goes,
What
"No, I
have
don't."
I done wrong? It's like, and she's like, that's the fucking problem. And it's like, what's the fucking problem? It's like, and her brother just going like, yeah, fucking apologize, Lloydie, get on with it.
But then he gets interrupted by a phone call from Fiona, and with a code to go and deal with a particular mission. So Yuri takes this opportunity. He thinks, "Oh, he's cheating on you. Let's go and follow him and catch him in the act." But then Yuri gets spotted by the lieutenant, and he gets signaled to head away. And
Yeah,
Lloyd being
Lloyd, like seeing them, like, because he's informing his sister how to follow a fucking person on the street, and she's like, "How the fuck do you know this?" Like, I read it on the cartoon that fucking weird child of yours watches, and he gets called away, and Lloyd's like, "Okay, so he was following me. That's weird, and now he's getting called away, probably to the same thing on my way to, but can't be thinking about that. So let's do it."
yes. And then once Yor gets to the hospital, she's sobered up and goes, "What the fuck am I doing?"
The walk is what she needed. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got over the plot of the previous story now. So we can crack on with Lloyd's story, where they have a mole has escaped and is heading uh, back with information about all the operations. So, including Operation
A mole
Strix.
Yeah, a mole within Wise
Yes.
is basically heading back with the information to the country he's in. And they know where all the different cells are located, so they're just going to pass that information on, and that means Operation Strix would also be in danger because that's one of the cells. So yeah, and they know because their mole on the inside of the SSS or
SSSS. Yeah.
S is it has informed them, is like, that's what's fucking happening. That's the big fucking thing. So we need to get to this town, intercept him, get the information, and maybe take him out. We'll fucking see how we go.
Yeah. So they send various people. Yeah. So Winston Wheeler is an ace agent who we get like some spy shenanigans from him to establish, oh, this is a guy with skills for a change.
And the other thing is, Lloyd says, I worked with this guy on one mission. He is very fucking good. He wouldn't make this mistake, that mistake. And one of the things I like, you notice in this about his design, you see in the comic as well. His design he's very like Lloyd, but like harsher, because he has like the buzz cut in the side. His eyes are
Yes.
more dead than Lloyd's are when he gets serious, but like that all the time. There's never any pretend warmth in them. It's all cold spy with him. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and they're going to meet at the Shelbury Hotel. So the plan is Lloyd's going to disguise himself as Wheeler and
At
go
the
there
drop-off point.
instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but it turns out the boss of the SSS, he had a clever plan. Because the identifier was like the green tie and a tie clip. That was how
It was
Wheeler.
a jeweled tie clip,
Yes.
but he told each of his guys that the jewel was a different fucking color, and he put in his armor on things like, "Come on, let's get fucking lunch." He's like, "I don't want to get. I'm not having lunch." It's like, "Yeah, you're not having fucking lunch anymore, are you? Because you were yellow, weren't you?" Now that I remember, you're the guy I fucking told it was a yellow um, jewel on the tie clip. So that means you fucking leaked it. It was only the fact that the guy was like, "All right, he'll have a tie clip with a jewel in it. Tell us what fucking color it is." That's the important identifier to catch the mole, to catch Wise's mole within them, which they fucking do. That guy's
Yes.
presumably fucking dead, if not tortured and then dead. But yeah.
Yes. And Lloyd has surrounded with his disguise in tatters. And they know that he's not Winston. What you gonna
Mm.
do, Twilight? What you gonna do? We're also introduced to Chloe this episode. Don't she's gets a few couple of lines, but she'll have more to do later. Um,
Yeah, just kind of early on. She's there, and so we're not
yes.
adding a new character in later. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she's the another SSS agent who goes with the unnamed lieutenant and Yuri.
Yours brother. Yeah, Yuri. Yeah, I did like establishing your man as an actual good spy, good at what he fucking does by that fucking I'm not gonna go like Jason Bourne, but like very cinematic, like alleyway fucking shit where he like
Yes,
the guy turns around the corner, is like he's not there, it's like because he's climbed up and now he's jumping down you, beats you with the briefcase. His partner comes along, he picks up your man's body to use him as a human shield so the dude doesn't take the shot, grabs your man's gun, shoots the guy chasing him, and then shoots your man on the ground kind of thing. It's just like it's brutally efficient. Just it's very well done, and it kind of establishes like how like in the last one, how dangerous the situation is.
yes. I just remembered how this story ends. Talking of dangerous, but we'll find that out when we're back after Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty wild ending, as I remember.
Mm.
Then we get talking of wild endings. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. Episode 10 risks your life,
Mm.
and Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. Episode 11 tackle is the strongest. I did.
I guess kind of spoilers in that case, but yeah,
Well, I mean, it's a Kamen Rider story. Of course, you can have episodes which tell you
yeah.
exactly what's going to happen. I saw people complaining about that, and I saw people complaining about, oh, Tackle just did the same attack over and over again. Yeah, it's a Kamen Rider thing. That's what Kamen Riders do. They do the same
See,
attack.
the thing is, she did different versions of the throw as was appropriate. That's like if it'd be like saying it's like, oh, she just did the same attack when her attack would have been like submission holds or something like that. It's like it's all throws, but there are variations on the throw. The one she finishes on, where she's got like a knee in the dude's jaw and has like his legs kind of locked in a backwards camel clutch kind of thing, is that was fucking class. Like it's a good fucking thing.
But
But
before we
anyway,
get
yeah.
to her winning, we get an entire episode of her beating the shit out of Tojima. Because Tojima carries on fighting while he's being unconscious for most of the episode, it seems.
Yeah, it's kind of established that they're all fucking terrified of this guy because he knocked Spider-Man on his ass, and they're all like, "That was crazy," like because that was straight up a monster, and that guy was ripping dudes apart and shit. Like, so, and she knows from like fighting him, it's like if I let him land one of these, that's it. I'm fucking done. And at several points of like, I just gotta avoid the punches, get my fucking damage in. All right, I'll drop him on like, oh, he's immediately back on his feet. All right, what if I drop him on his head? It's like, no, he's like, there's amount of blood coming from behind the mask, but you don't see anything, and he's just going right, like lining up his fucking punch. Um, so she tries like multiple things, and even then, kind of gets into it a bit. Where I think she makes the equivalent of it's like a bullet hell shooter, and you only got like one fucking hit and you're gone. But like it's
Yes.
like I gotta ride that fucking high, and then eventually she comes to the conclusion of like, no, I got listen. She's more skilled than him because she's like she goes between like boxing stances and wrestling stances and all kinds of stuff, whereas he's just raw fucking grit. Like he just keeps getting back up. So you got to beat him with grit as well as skill, which is what she does of fucking take it. The amount of people who get punched in the face and that it cartoonishly to collapse in on itself every time it's funny. But her taking that fucking punch to the jaw and keep on leaning into it so she can get her hit in, I was like, that was so fucking cool. Very good.
Yeah, then they discover, oh no, he's unconscious. If we take the mask off him, he collapses. I like the bit where they just prop him up and go, just put the mask on for medical
Yeah,
purposes.
for life support, I think they call it. It's like he's
Yes.
not dead because he's sat upright, bolt upright, and so I guess he's still breathing with the mask on at least. So and that's the other thing. Like in the end of this whole thing where they're going home on the bus and everything, I'm just like, you guys all probably need medical attention. You got really everyone got fucked up in that thing.
Yeah, on episode 11, yeah, because on episode 11, obviously she fights Rider Man, which does not take her as long to defeat him because she just takes his mask off and that destroys his abilities to fight. Uh,
I see. I like because the fight in the first episode, the risk your life, where she has to risk her life to win. And also she gets to partially through the thing, which is why I picked it as my background. She gets to say things she want to get off her chest for a long fucking time. Hey, Stronger, why didn't you save Tackle? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like
yes,
a fair point. It's like one of those fan things. Just like I just wanted to fucking get that out there. Now I can fight with full power. So
yes,
when she's
because
fighting,
the other thing
sorry,
is
you're going.
is the final fight is a fight between two supporting heroes who both died
Yeah,
during their series, but Rider Man has his death retconned, and Tackle did not get her death retconned.
yeah, yeah. So real fucking tough for Tackle fans like herself.
Yeah.
But I like the equivalent of the brother kind of saying is like, because he, like they say, it's pure grit versus pure skill, and it's like, no, she is skill and grit. That's what makes her really fucking dangerous. Whereas this guy is like really, his Aikido is fucking amazing, but he points out you won't be able to play mind games with me like on those two. And they're just like, huh? Because they're dumb as fucking bricks. They're so fucking stupid. But she beats him with a mind game. Because when she knocked your man's mask off, Tojima, like obviously that made him unconscious because he's no longer Rider, Kamen Rider. But when she knocks off his mask, he's like, I've defeated you because now you're no longer Rider, man. You're just the guy. And he's like, oh fuck, she's right. And it's like, that's what destroys his will. It's like, dude, you still got Aikido. It's like, nope, you're not wearing the mask. He has to slip it off to get out of I think it's a face lock she puts him in.
Yes, she puts
Yeah,
him in like
it's
a
good shit.
repeated face locks.
Because she can't get him in a sleeper hold, and his girlfriend kind of going like, "Is this like a sex thing?" They're like fucking dogs going at it. It's like, no, she's just trying to get on his back to fucking put him in a
um,
sleeper hold. It's like it looks like a sex thing. I'm just
uh, uh,
saying.
and then we get her doing the thing that Ichio said he was going to do when he won. We're
Yeah,
fighting everybody else after he won. Because Yukarisu goes immediately to attack her. She beats her instantly. And then Ichio goes to declare his love for her. And she
yeah. She's basically,
beats.
I beat him, I beat him, I beat her. You're the last one fucking left. And she's saying this with a smile on his face. And he's like, a declaration of love for me? I'm the biggest idiot here. So I'll run towards you saying I love you, which confuses her for a second as she's winding through a kick, but does not stop her fucking kick, thank fuck. Yeah, he continues to be the worst fucking guy in this thing in a way that's funny. So it's fine.
It is. And yeah, I mean, we won't see it this season, but I know he's going to continue to get beaten up in the second season.
Mm.
And then we get them heading on home on the bus or the train, and then we get a load of stuff that's
The
not in the
3 hour
comic.
bus. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Mm.
get loads of stuff that's not in the comic.
Yeah.
So we get and there you our Yakuza guys heading to see the Combat Girls in concert.
His boys are gonna. He's been down lately since the fucking gang they were in dissolved due to their boss getting killed, and you coming back from death as a fucking shocker guy. It's like we thought we'd use some cheering up, so we gotta take you to our favorite fucking idol group, the Combat Girls. And when they described them, I was just like, this has nothing to do. Besides them having grenade-shaped light sticks, it's like there's very little combat themes going on with their personalities. Like she's the big sister, she's the fucking the crazy little youngest one or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like they all have standard personalities. You'd think they'd attach like military stats to make them official or something like that. They're clearly not military, but that's their theming. It's just yeah.
Yeah, they are involved in the comic, but I think this is just to establish them before how they're, because in the comic it's like the guys have instantly got jobs as security at the concert for reasons.
Oh
So I would have, and also in the comic they don't the our heroes don't go home to ponder the events that have previously happened. They go straight to the pub.
yeah, okay. That is also fun, but I do like them kind of like contemplating how the tournament went, and
Yes.
because like from our Yakuza guy's point of view, he's kind of like, holy shit, hot ladies, and we know that true love, including the love of your favorite idol, can save you from shocker brainwashing. Which I'm pretty sure he's not
Yes.
even brainwashed at this
No, I don't.
stage,
I
like
think
because
he just. I think the Spider-Man is operating in a different manner to Batman.
yeah, yeah.
I think he
I
just
think he's
kind.
doing the shocker equivalent of hiding out, but he is cleaning up shocker shit still. Like he's just going like, I don't need people to know that shocker's real. Like that's the only
Yes,
thing he's doing.
I think he just did him a kindness of turning him to a combat man to save his life.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah, we get Kojima going home and just kind of like smiling themselves like, I was in a Kamen Rider tournament as Kamen Rider. Oh man, like just feeling good about it. Our teacher going like, oh shit, I got papers to grade. I forgot I was a teacher during that whole tournament arc. Um, which is kind of funny, just late night, last minute work kind of thing. And then we got the lovely couple kind of going like, "Hey, they're hunting down any shocker troopers that have broken the brain rock." And he's like, "How'd you know that?" I was like, "Well, they cut me off, but I still get the signals to kill on sight for me. So that's not great. We should probably
yeah,
do something about that."
and then we see Thunderika in her civilian form wandering down the streets. I don't think we're going to see her this season because
She is
next
a threat
season,
on the horizon, but she's
yes,
not anywhere near here. Yeah.
because next season we are at the pub as the comic determined, and our combat man is going to try and fight all our heroes at the pub.
Okay. I really like this show, man. It's
Yeah,
such dumb fun. One of the like a lot of it's a lot of fun, and the weird horniness with the inflated tits is fucking bizarre. But it is like in the extremeness of everything else, like it fits. My favorite part is possibly the music is so fucking good.
yes,
It did a wonderful thing the last episode there of it switching between Rider Man's theme and like part of Tackle's team was kind of coming in and then it turns into Tackle's team and I was like, oh man, this is so good.
yeah. Teddy Lloyd is having a ball
Mm,
doing
mm.
the soundtrack for this thing. Yeah, it's very good, and there's another 12 episodes coming next year.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
So, um, yeah. So hopefully we go. It's not going to skip a fight or two because
Mm,
the fight after the fight we're going to get next episode is very good and very long and involves a bunch of flashbacks for the sister. Um,
excellent. Okay.
so you'll get to see just how much of a weirdo she is.
She's been influenced by Kamen Rider in the opposite way. It's made her a badass, but not willingly.
Yeah,
Basically, I imagine. Yeah,
yeah.
that
We
seems to
will.
be my guess.
Yes, we'll see how it's. But yeah, you'll see how she became a badass.
Mm,
And which character from another comic trained her to be a badass. Um,
okay.
um, Ranma One Half, episode 22. Not your typical Juliet. This is another really great looking episode of Ranma One Half.
Yep. Yep.
There's a lot of fun animation. They even break out the moving camera within a room animation at one point, which is
Yeah.
unnecessarily show offy. Uh, but
See,
hey,
I
go ahead
forgive
and
it
do it.
anytime the animation drops in the show because of episodes like this that are fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also because it's a nice one in done tale.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that it involves a performance of Romeo and Juliet somehow turning into a martial arts version of Romeo and Juliet, essentially. with multiple
Yeah, yeah.
Romeos and multiple
Multiple
Juliets.
Juliets. Yeah. Fighting to prove who is the best or the real Romeo and Juliet, basically. Yeah. And again, the drama club just having to fucking roll with it, doing the commentary this time. But I do like cutting back to the audience, going like, I don't remember the play going this way, but I mean, like, sure. I mean, like, it's an interpretation, I suppose.
Oh yeah, because it turns into Snow White at the end.
Yeah, yeah. She
Uh,
keeps saying to Ranma, "Have you read the fucking script? Have you read the fucking the book? Have you read the yeah?" And it's just like I don't think anyone fucking knows Romeo and Juliet. I know they smooch at some point. That's it. That's what everyone else going into this knows. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because they're looking. They want Akane to be the Juliet, which she is happy about because all the
she's
previous
initially like going
times,
like, "Don't fucking talk to me," like because they always cast her at the butch fucking tough guy fucking role, which what she assumed they were going to do in, which is why she purposefully turns Ranma into a girl, going like, he can do back, she can do backflips, fucking, she's got it all. And yeah, she had played Romeo in the preschool, I think, version of
yes,
the play.
yeah,
Yeah.
repeatedly, they'd repeatedly made
Mm.
her play Romeo.
She was so good at Romeo, and she's like, I want to play the girl part because I'm a girl. And she was looking forward to wearing the fancy dress and doing all the girly stuff because that's not what she normally gets to do.
And then they're trying to cast Romeo, and their choices are Kuno. That's reasonable. At least goes to the school. Goes and
He goes
Kugi.
to the school, but he does assume that Romeo is a like samurai Momotaro type
Yes,
situation. Like
yes.
those are the only fucking fairy tales I know as a fucking
Uh,
lunatic.
Goes and Kugi. Goes to the school. He's very creepy though. And
I mean, like he has nailed his submission to the club onto a fucking wooden table. So it's kind of like, all right, we should probably let him do the part
and
because he creeped us out
half
that
a
much.
half a say you do not go to this school, and you're a
He's an old
well-known
man.
pervert around town.
He's too dangerous. You can't say no to him. Like that's
That's
yeah,
true. And
yeah.
so Ranma has to get. They also try to get Ranma to play uh, the Romeo, and eventually we get Ranma playing both Juliet and Romeo at various points.
To
Uh,
defend Juliet, he has to put Juliet away, and now he's Juliet, so he gets to kick the asses of all the would-be Romeos. Yeah,
yeah, ends up kissing Kuno because he's trying to win a ticket to China. Uh,
that's his main interest. Like he gets a VIP visit from to China. A Chinese VIP visit. That's what he gets. Yeah, I'm
that's
trying to
it.
remember the
Yes,
wording so
yes,
it
because
works out fine for the joke.
he thinks he's going to get a trip to China, but what he's going to go is to meet a Chinese VIP at a local
Yeah,
restaurant.
I think the VIP is just visiting his house. Like they don't even get to
Oh,
go
that's it.
anywhere.
Yes,
You
yeah,
get a visit from, yeah. So because he wants to get that, because there is a drowned man pool. So if he can fall in that, when he falls in water, he'll now turn into a man. So no change happens. So he's looking. That's why he's mad to get back to China.
yes.
Is the
So
plot?
that
Yeah.
is why he's involved. Yeah. So he ends up kissing Kuno at one point, which then gets Akane mad. But then Akane gets drugged by Gosen Kuge, which then the sponsor, who's then demands that if Ranma, whoever kisses Juliet, who's now drugged, will win the prize, and so Ranma has to then go. And then he says, and she's awake at this point, it wouldn't be so hard. Uh, oh no, so if I didn't like her, it wouldn't be this hard to kiss her. And then she gets a smile on her face because this is the first time he's admitted that he likes her, and more importantly, she's heard this now. So this
Yeah.
is a change in the relationship. Is that now she knows that he likes her. She hasn't said
Yeah.
that to him, and then she does the same thing that he did to Kuno, putting tape over his mouth when they kiss.
So it's not a
Uh,
real kiss.
so it's not a
But
real kiss, even though. So she's now getting off teasing the boy that she now knows does like her, despite what he says about her not being cute. Because he, God damn
even
it,
though multiple times in this
yes,
episode, she keeps appearing to be very cute, is the thing. So yeah.
yes, and he does say it at one point as well in this episode, but I don't think he says that in in here a distance of her. But yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
it's the line of uh if I didn't like her, it wouldn't be so hard to kiss her. Yeah, that was like, oh yeah, this is a great bit of writing because it's at the end of all the ridiculous martial arts slapstick
Yeah.
as built to this one point, which moves the relationship a tiny bit on, which is never going to get to the end.
It'll get there at the end, but yeah.
Yeah, just got to keep the gags running. But it's nice to just give you that little bit of that glint of we know, but now one of the
We know, but
characters,
it's nice for the characters to admit it out fucking loud rather than
yes,
deny it the entire time. The other thing I'll say is, despite all the changes, as a fan of Shakespearean stuff, I was like, yeah, this is good. Like Juliet getting drugged by a weird pervert guy because he wants to drag her off. No, but she does get drugged, and she is
yes,
waking up towards the end of the thing. Like that's the whole fucking thing with the poison, basically.
yes.
And also men dress as women, women dress as men. I was just like, yeah, this is very fucking Shakespearean. All of this is good. Um, I think Shakespeare would have included kung fu if it was available to him. Um,
Yeah, and it's got particularly like Rumiko Takahashi recurring gags of Hapasai being drawn with super shoujo eyes at one
mm, mm.
point when he's trying to appear cute and innocent. But yeah,
He also applies lipstick at one case to enhance his kissability. Yeah,
yes. But yeah, the animation there's some wild stuff in this.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a hell of a lot of fun, and I like it doesn't look like this all the way through, but just give us a couple of these episodes every season where it goes wild. God, there's a lot of animation directors on this episode. Um,
I'm not surprised. One of my like, there's always something for me to pick out that I like in one of the prior ones with Shampoo, I loved all the flips that they kept fucking doing to show off. In this one, it's animating a big, goofy ballroom type dress in a way that works for martial arts, and I was like, oh, there's so many of those shots, and it was very
yes.
nice. Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, and obviously the premise is great from the original comic of this.
yeah,
What should just be a play, just devolving into what the premise of the comic is everything that isn't martial arts can turn into martial arts, which is why
yeah.
anything goes for martial arts. Um,
Mm, mm.
will we get back to the story they skipped where we get the Sayatobi secret technique though? I assume
Mm.
they have to do it eventually because it's a very good gag. And I need to check whether it came before or after JoJo's Bizarre Adventure made the very same gag. But yeah, good episode. Highly enjoyable series, as is Digimon Beatbreak episode 10, a true friend. Some sort of horrible horror, but also it's Batman now because is
Yeah,
it Night Chirapom
yeah.
Chirapman
Yeah,
is
I think they just stick Night onto it. I was getting like kind of robot Daft Punk vibes from it as well, but definitely Batman
yeah.
as well, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's particularly the Batman of all nations because
I
he's
was
got
gonna say, wasn't there a Batman with the fucking Daft Punk helmet?
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ranger, Dark Ranger, who gets replaced by Wingman, steals his identity in the Morrison run, and
Okay.
there's a bit of that era's design for Knight as well, with sort of the metal bat
The ears,
ears
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that he's got when he turns into. And then, of course, in this episode, we introduce a masked villain who has loads of identically dressed henchmen, which makes it feel even more like Batman.
Yeah, yeah. She does have those vibes, all right, yeah.
Yeah, she's very rude though. She doesn't introduce herself. I don't think we get the name of her, do we, in the episode? I wonder if it was in the credits.
Hmm.
Yeah, so essentially, our Sonny, the dad, is selling off these um,
Three golden shits.
yeah,
Um
free golden shits. One sheriff mon, and that's it. Yeah. Get
Yeah,
those.
and they
Those.
mostly want the Chirpmon. Those other guys they throw literal gold shit, which is good, but like the Chirpmon lets you like it's got the scanning thing, which is great for people who steal Digimon to determine power levels and sell them on. It's a great identifier of Digimon, so they want that ability basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get in return for one fake egg, because it's only Sonny who's going to get a new identity. He's going to abandon his daughter because he can't stand her either. Because you,
Yeah, and it was the thing of the mom left the family and asked her daughter, is like, please come with me. And the daughter's like, no, I don't want to break up the family. And she's like, I gotta go. Your dad's listen, we got kicked out of the cool egg. I get it. But he's obsessed with money. Like, we can't really build a life again after this. And literally, like, his criminal record just prevents him from going back to the cool egg to live in. But other than that, it's just like, yeah, you can build a life outside of the egg. I mean, like, not if there's another natural disaster, as the thing seems to be suggesting. But other than that,
uh, yeah. So he was going to abandon her. So in the end, she fuses with Shadimon, uh, and
she asked Shademon to take her over so she doesn't have to think of all the bad things as well.
yes, because at this
But
point,
she's still very much so like there, present while being possessed. So yeah.
yeah, and because at this point, Shadimon has returned to uh, his
The
partner.
power of friendship has broken his. It's not even brainwashing because like Shadymon is like possessing you. It's a weird situation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Masamune Mon rips open reality, and they go into the
The digital. They keep calling it the mirror world, but I assume it's like the
yes,
digital world essentially. So they can
yes,
have the fight in there rather than it spilling into the cool egg.
and essentially the fight ends when after first of all we get Shurtmon digivolving to Knight Shurtmon, but then ultimately Shadymon is like Haruka, you don't want to be doing this. This isn't you. Um,
Hmm.
uh,
Because we've had our what's Chirpmon's trainer, owner, friend, whatever, what's he called again? Because she keeps goading him, saying the whole time is like, "Look at you! You got this weird little creepy fucking bat thing that has like this horrible maw, and it's scanning people and shit. It's like it's a weird little
Makoto.
creepy thing." Yeah, it's not like you, Makoto. You got this weird creepy. I've got a weird creepy monster that's nothing like me as well. And Makoto's like, "Nah, man. I've always stood from the outside, like looking in on people, and like, and Chirpmon is like this reflection of the darker aspects of my personality, but I love him anyway. I love those parts of me anyway. I accept. Sorry, they don't call it him, or they refer to the Digimon as gender neutral. I love them, and I accept that part of me and them as an external part of me, that kind of thing. And that's the thing that breaks the brainwashing. But obviously, with her, also Shademon isn't like a bad guy. He looks super evil, but it's like I possess people. It's like, oh, that's bad. His second ability seems to be to throw you into like a living nightmare, which is like okay, but it's not a bad thing. It's looking out for its owner. It's just like, hey, come on, you're better than this. We don't need to take them out by me possessing you and making a big monster arm and shit. It's like it's cool. So
Yeah.
kind of asked the goodies to take her out for her own good, basically.
Don't know where she's going now. They've stuck her dad in a cage to be handed over to the police.
Hmm. They stuck him in the shit cage where the shit Digimon were.
Yeah, and also clearly this villainess is going to come back because she warns off our not our hero, but the sort of the boss of our group. Um,
Hmm. Oh, him fucking showing up and just like they're like, how are you gonna sneak in? He's like, I'm just gonna fucking bust my way in, like knocking out guards all the way. And when he catches the dad in the end, it's like, this is for your daughter, like punches him in the face, and this is for hurting my family. And that hits him even fucking harder. I was like, all right, this guy's I already like the guy for minding a bunch of babies in a sanctuary, but like now he's beating the shit out of a deadbeat dad. I'm like, this guy's cool, he's all right.
uh, I assume we'll probably see Haruko again somewhere down the line because
Because
it's not.
they offer is like you could join us as cleaners, like, and she's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Is kind of, and also she said she's gonna move back in with her mom, but it
Yes,
seems like yeah, she's gonna be
because
an element they have access to.
yeah, because it's not really discussed in these two episodes, but visually you can see that her e-pulse has got a glitch as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Just from the interactions of it. Mm.
yeah, uh, it doesn't it's not exactly the same way that Tomaro's glitches, but it doesn't behave like how we see everybody else's.
Other
E-pulses. Yeah.
Digimon doesn't look like any other fucking thing we've seen so far. Generally, it's a big
Yes.
monster looking thing as opposed to
Yeah, and when it manifests, it says
amorphous
"kill
shadow
me."
with many eyes. Yeah. What's the manifestation of its other ability? That it puts the dad in like a nightmare
It's
world that
like
knocks him the
a
fuck out.
yeah, it's like you feel you. It looks like you get the sensation of falling, which I was relating to with
Yeah.
my current ear problems I'm having. Um,
Terrifying
that's
power. Yeah.
yeah, it had like a fall in the power name, I think, as well. Let me see if it's on
Mm,
the
mm.
on this wiki. Shade Demon, yeah, free Deathfall. Continuously displays illusions of being knocked to the ground 10,000 times.
There you
Uh,
go. Yeah. Yeah.
his other attack is Kill Me, manipulates the surrounding Digimon to assault the enemy who is being haunted.
I
Uh,
liked it displayed as this amorphous eldritch fucking monster shadow thing, but with the multiple eyes, even though only one is like the clear eye, the one that expresses stuff. And it has the like moves like kill me, which doesn't kill you, but does possess you. And I was just like, this sounds bad. It's like it seems edgy as fuck, but it's actually like super nice and wants to take care of its owner. Like that. So I was like, all right, that's I like that inversion of it to show that it's not the Digimon aren't evil. They're just like dark reflections of you, which is really funny because I'm just like our main guy is just like your inner fucking thing is like this little fucking gremlin, like this little horrible little green man.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because they when they all pull guns on our boy, he's like, guns won't hurt a Digimon. And they go, yeah, we're going to shoot you. And then Gekomon goes, you hear Gekomon before he crashes through the window
Yeah, yeah.
because Gekomon just can't shut up. Um,
The opposite of the guy who owns him, who's very fucking keeps to himself. Like, but yeah, it's an inner reflection kind of thing.
yeah, that's why it's so lovable.
Your one's Digimon of is it Wolvermon is the thing I think whatever the one with guns for arms and
Yes.
pants, so you know that there might be something down there to make it weird. Um, but like her one is very like her, except that I think given the opportunity, she would just start shooting guns everywhere. Basically, like that's her inner emotional turmoil. Sometimes it's simple.
Yes, Wolvermon evolved from Pristimon.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm noticing on the wiki is that Gekomon is the only one who's given a gender out of all these uh, Digimon.
But he also apparently has a functioning digestive tract, so I guess he's got a
Yes.
few other things going on. Yeah.
Uh, then next up, we've got Once by Tab decides to move on from the Digimon
Uh,
wiki.
One
Oh, some
Piece
One Pieces.
1152, not quite up to Detective Conan numbers, and with it being made more seasonal, it might never reach those. It'll reach those numbers. Don't worry about it. 1152, Her Father and Mother's Legacy, Bonnie's Nika Punch, and 1153. I've have to trying to remember the title. I know it's really fucking long.
I've got it here, don't worry. It is The
Okay.
Upheaval of an Era, the color of the Supreme King that leads Luffy.
Right.
Uh, so the first one, I'll hold him, you hit him, buddy, is essentially what happens.
I thought
Uh,
in the comic it came across more that Luffy was getting more of the hits in, but in this it's just like no, he's just assisting her because he's kind of looking at her as like, oh, you want to hit this fucking guy? Yeah, let me help you out with that because he's cheap as fuck. Like I'm just running interference so you can get that one fucking good punch in. Is a very good punch. I did enjoy that. I think the bit that gave me chills on the neck, like hairs raising up. Was where she's going like it's like I'd lost hope, but God is real or something like that. But she says like and heroes are real, and it's the shots of her father and just Kuma just being a badass. And I was like, oh fucking yeah, just it's really well performed. It comes across really well.
and the other main part, beyond the usual Vegapunk lecture, is Atlas sacrificing herself so Sunny can get to see. But also, before she does that, she switches Lilith off so that York thinks that all the other satellites
Yeah.
have
So
been
York thinks
destroyed.
like she switches Lilith off, and the Straw Hats on the Sunny, they're kind of like, what the fuck did you do with Lilith? And she's like, fucking stay there. Because they're like, we can't launch because that weird horse guy is in the way. And he's totally going to mess with our trajectory. Um, so she, switches her off so that, York is kind of like, it's just me and her left. So, and then just York left from York's perspective because Lilith does the, you know, grab him and
Atlas.
explode yourself.
Atlas does it.
Sorry. Yeah,
It's fine.
Atlas does the firing herself at the baddie and exploding robot sacrifice, which is similar to the second robot sacrifice we're going to get in the next episode, but in a different kind of explosion. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is straight up a bomb explosion. So yeah,
It is, but the preview on the end of the next episode it makes it clear that Vega is going to be all the Vega folk revealing. And here's how I actually won. Uh, you might think you've won Saturn, but here's how I've actually won.
because the other saints are kind of like, we need to stop the signal, and the signal's coming from that fucking robot, and it is a giant robot, but they are bigger, and that's the danger basically we're facing.
Yeah, and then in the the second episode, the robot saves Luffy and everybody by releasing, I guess, 800-year-old Haki.
Yeah,
That he's got in a
according to the
knot.
flashback, Joy Boy, I tied my hacky in a knot, like literal, like it's like a rope he pulls out of his belly, and like just undoes the slip knot of it, and slips the slip knot of it, and the lets it all out at fucking once, and that's a lot of Emperor's hacky that came out of that robot. And it knocks out most people, like most of the regular Navy and shit. They're out fucking cold, and even the admirals are kind of like, "That's some powerful hacking," and then fucking immediately collapse because some of them are children, and some of them are old men now. So it's they're not at their best as well. So yeah.
And more interestingly, it turns the elders back into human beings, and the ones who were teleported here are teleported back to the castle.
It is it's not so much an Uno reverso as reset. Like, put this back to the way it should have been. These guys aren't fucking giant monsters, and they're not here. They weren't supposed to be here. They teleported here by an eldritch fucking sigil. So no.
Uh, and then, as this points out, so we get a flashback to Luffy and Kobe meeting in the way they met in the comic, which was not the way they met in the anime.
I like One Piece's opinion on continuity. Fuck it, like it just it all happened, including the things that countered the other things. So or none of it happened. Yeah, it's fine.
And then we get the end. The transmission ends this episode as well.
It cuts off abruptly before I think he says like Joy Boy is, and then like it cuts off. Or he just ends partway through a sentence. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was really into that.
And this is also
and the different reactions to it, obviously.
Yeah, we get the cuts to the various important players in the end game, including one whose face is in shadow, who manga readers now know who that probably is. None of them seem to be the man scarred by flames or whatever it was called, who the kid pirates were going to try and find, who knew something about the location of the last poneglyph. Don't think any. He's supposed to be like riding on a mysterious black ship, isn't that the story? Anyway, that's not come up again since that point. So
I mean, like, if that never comes up, maybe those guys were backing the wrong fucking horse in this weird race. Basically, they got a bum tip that didn't actually go anywhere. Is the thing that could happen? Yeah.
yeah, I try to remember who else we check in on. See, we check in on the on Buggy.
Yeah, where he's rallying the men and saying it's like, no, we're gonna fucking get to the One Piece, and then Crocodile's like, have a fucking seat, all right? Stop riling up these fucking guys with your nonsense dreams and hopes.
Oh yeah, that's
Shot of Impel down, and everyone going like, You hear that, motherfuckers? It's the age of pirates. The fucking smartest man in the world said it. All you guards, you're fucked. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
lot of shots
Oh
of
yeah,
guys'
that is the key,
reactions.
isn't it? Is like this is the pirate, all the pirates around the world getting another boost,
The
and
smartest man in the world said One Piece is real, so we're not fucking wasting our time doing piracy. Excellent. Cool, cool.
and also the non pirates going. Are we going to sink under the sea? Oh, we got Caribou
Yeah.
uh, talking to Teach on the phone.
Trying to
Uh,
convince, please take me to your boss with my before you murder me with my information. Teacher's like, yeah, take him
yeah,
here, and I'll kill him if it's not fucking good information that he got.
yes, and we see that he's been punched in the head because he's got a lump on the head while they're talking on the phone.
Mm,
Um, we also get like some of the Marines because when the transmission goes off, it's like even the Marines are like, "What's happened to the transmission? Why did it stop?" Um,
mm.
we got Morgans and Vivi and Wapol checking on them just to remind you that that strange band of people are together. And then we get the second half, which is the release of the Hacky. And there's a great bit of animation in there where it's I can never remember which one turns into like the giant Mongolian death worm, but you see reflected in
Yeah,
his eyes the silhouette of Joy Boy.
yeah, yeah. Like
Uh,
this huge amount of it's like black lightning shooting out of this robot, but there's still like this silhouette of Joy Boy in it. Like it's yeah, unmistakable kind of yeah, the jumping dance basically. Yeah,
yes, but Luffy's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" As he's watching from the sky. Because also, notably, none of our guys are affected by this Hacky.
yeah.
They're all fine.
Not even Nami and the weaker Straw Hats. I say
Yes,
weaker in heavy inverted commas, but like the regular human, nearly equivalent guys.
yes,
But yeah, so and between the flashback we get with Joy Boy, who's like, "Hey, if your life's in danger or someone you want to protect's life in danger, undo this fucking knot, and I'll be helping you out, even when I'm gone. Like I'm not gonna die for fucking ages. Don't worry about it. But like you're a robot, so you're gonna live for like a long fucking time. And we have I forgot the fucking robot's name. I keep forgetting it.
Emmett,
Emmett.
Emmett. Yeah,
We have Emmett saying to Luffy, like, yeah, okay, I recognize you're not Joy Boy, but you're so like him. It's really fucking nice and nostalgic. So I do want to protect you, kind of thing. You're so like him
yes.
that yeah, this is how I want to do my last fucking act. And for this robot to show up like so quickly and go out of the story so quickly, it's like, oh no, Emmett, my favorite robot in One Piece, which is like I can't even say that with assurances. There's a lot of cool robots in One Piece, but you know what I mean. It's a really good intro and outro for a character we have not known.
Uh, yeah. This is also this because with the flashback with we hear it's the longest bit that they've talked. It's the longest bit where we've
Yeah,
heard Joy Boy talk. So I've seen people point out Joy Boy dresses like Shanks. Um,
it's the long jacket. Obviously, Straw Hat has continued. Oh, and when Emmett asked Luffy, he's like, "Listen, I recognize you're not Joy Boy. What's your name, by the way?" And he's like, "Oh, Monkey D. Luffy. I'm going to be king of the pirates, but in a way that's animated and performed really fucking well, that so that you haven't heard it 1,000 times." And the robot's like, "A D, you say? Okay, very interesting." So even the robot knows what the fuck that means, which is great. The other thing we get on D actually is in your man's story that he's broadcasting. We get it in his flashback. I'm not sure if he's actually telling that story to the world, but he knew a guy who had the initial of D, which was is it Dr. Clover from where Nico Robbins from.
I think so. It definitely mentions that in that episode about carrying on
His name
Clover's research.
is something D Clover. Oh, because he went with Cloudy Clover, and it's like no, it's
Yes,
Cloudy Clover. That's his
that's
fucking name. Yeah, yeah.
yes, that's it.
And he basically he's admitting to our genius scientist back when he still had his head attached to his fucking body. It's too big. His head is way too big in all these flashbacks. He says like, listen, I saw my brother get gunned down by government agents for having the initial of D in his name. And I just said, I don't fucking know him. He's just a friend of mine, kind of thing. I'm not related to him. So I denied that, and I'm always regretful of that. And he's just like, please help me out in my research of the void century. And it's like, nah, man, I'm a government scientist, can't be doing that shit. And then he gets to see that entire island of researchers taken out, and it's just like he's the only one who mourns them. So many, many things set him up on this path to be like, fuck the government. Actually, you know what? Fuck them. With my last act, after I fucking die, I'm going to record a video and broadcast it to everyone. Unfortunately, I am going to brew tea for like 10 minutes at the start of it.
Yes.
But other than that,
Did these
that
two
was a mistake.
episodes?
But
Did these two episodes have the bit with Raleigh moaning, drunkenly moaning that Vegapunk's giving too many spoilers out?
that was in a prior episode. In this
Yeah,
episode, he's been tucked into bed and he's
that's it.
remembering Roger. Tucked into bed by his hot girlfriend or wife. I'm not clear. That's their business. We don't
Yeah,
know.
we just don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Also, the hacky is enough to make Emu scream.
Emu can feel it all the way at the top of the world, and it's like, that's fucking. He doesn't say it, or they don't say it, but that's fucking Joy Boy. They recognize it as much immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good stuff all round, but the explosion of hacky is some wonderful animation. Um,
Mm-mm. And other than that, the prior episode with, because we're talking about a lot of the world building stuff, but all that stuff with Bonnie in the first one we talked about is also just so fucking good looking, man. It's yeah.
yes, because the second transformation she does before she pounds Saturn is
Mm.
it is like
Just the
it,
smoke like obscuring like the forms that she's kind of going through, but showing each one in turn. I was just like, ah, it's so nice. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, but all good stuff. Building up to a conclusion to this arc that
Mm.
I've recently reread, and there was a. I was like, did I? I must have failed to read the second half of a chapter because I was like, oh, this is loads of important information that I either have forgotten or I got so
A
excited by the
lot's
first
happened in One
half
Piece, man.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's the
finish it.
thing. Like, mm,
Yeah, there's like a load of Blackbeard stuff that's about to happen. I was like, oh, wow, okay, I don't remember this bit at
mm.
all. So yeah, lots of things I'd been speculating about are pretty much confirmed by the bit I'd forgotten about. So
Okay.
that I think that will might be in the next episode, or I'm if not, it'll be the
In one soon,
last
probably. Yeah.
episode of the year, I would
Mm,
suspect.
mm.
Before it takes its 6 month break and comes back again, hopefully at this pace of like 2 chapters an episode or thereabouts.
The
Um,
chapters are so crammed that that's the equivalent of like a 3 chapter an episode
at the
adaptation,
start,
basically. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, it's a very dense story from here on. I mean, it has been from this arc onwards, hasn't it? It
Mm.
feels like probably course correction a bit for how sort of a luxurious Wano was at points.
I
Now it feels
enjoyed Wano, but yeah, for sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Wano as well. I still think Wano is tighter than Dressrosa. Dressrosa is definitely the baggiest because of that year-long fight
Yeah.
between Senya Pink and Frankie.
Man, I, at least the anime like condensed it a bit better. You know what I mean?
No,
Like we didn't have
no,
to.
no,
You
no. It was
didn't.
about
Oh man.
it's about the same length, if not longer.
I like that fight, but yeah, it is dragged on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's well, Frankie wasn't going anywhere important in that story, so he
Yeah.
just gets to fight the other hard-boiled guy, the other hard-boiled pervert, for as long as possible.
Mm.
Then we got Noble Farm episode 39, Bears Again, in which it's about bears again. There's a bear walk through the family property, so they're going to try and capture it on film and come back
And
a
it's all
month
the ways
later.
bears like affect the crops, how much they stink. But yeah, they come back and like she goes off because she's working at the farm, and then she's going off to, I assume, make more manga or like do a different project.
Yeah,
Like,
I think she's doing what I used to do before the pandemic, of going to see your parents every month,
yeah,
uh, which also before, but it was easier when my mum had a spare room I could stay in. Uh,
sure.
that
Uh,
yeah, she moved. That does not happen now, so go less often. But yeah, she's doing that, and yeah, they put a camera up. It's going to take. It's a motion capture, So anybody who
So it
moves
only turns
near
on
it,
when there's movement in it. And I like the thing of like when first thing she did when she got back is obviously the harvest. You got to fucking go for the harvest first. I'm very interested to see what's on that camera. See if we caught that bear. But then it's like lots of shots of farming equipment and trucks driving by. So that's setting it off. And some cool shots of a fox and a rabbit separately, like days apart. And then a neighbor of them going up to the camera, going like, "Woo!" And then like, oh, that's why it was in the off position because he was dicking around with it.
yes. I was wondering how it was going to turn. It's a mystery. It was like, is the bear going to turn it off? But no, a man did it. The most dangerous. Oh, forgot to mention that bit in Spy Family. That's the punchline of the zoo visit. Was
Oh, yeah, the
the most
little after
dangerous
thing
animal?
was his man, and it turns out it's Anya and Becky who wandered straight into an open animal cage in a zoo, assuming they would see a cool animal. Yeah.
Um, yes, because they make a similar accusation about Homo sapiens here, and suggesting that maybe he's in league with the bear. And then we get
Himself and the
this.
bear with the arms around each other, kind of. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And they never saw that bear again.
Bear
So
wandered
it's
through the farm.
yeah,
That's the story. But then it's all the shit that they were trying to do. What to do with this fucking bear? He never came back, so don't worry about it. It's great.
yes. Yeah, just general overreaction.
Mm-mm.
Yes, there's a K, like multiple K trucks driving past, which is the sister driving the truck back and forth past the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Now, play GTA Online, this upcoming season of the DLC, they're introducing K trucks to GTA Online, and they look
Ooh.
like they have some wild modifications to put on them. It is the most
I just
exciting
like them
vehicle
because
in
they're cute
ages.
little trucks. So
Yes.
that's my main thing of why I'm very fond of those tiny little just open fucking hatchback things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like there's some wild things you can put on the flatbed of the
Mm-mm.
truck. So it does look like it might be fun to be racing those. Just got to find a group who. I had a slight detour. I actually had a random race on GT Online where
Mm.
everybody was behaving themselves, and I was like,
Wow.
"Yeah," I was like, "Wow, this is fun." Uh,
I guess some people do probably play the racing because there's like it's only like they don't play GTA because like GTA they like the Mario Kart or the thing that exists within GTA. They like that mode because it's many games to different people now. So yeah.
It is, but yeah, it's like, are you playing against people who are going to try and race, or people who try to play dodgems with your car? Which often they come off worse when they try and hit your car.
Yeah. Oh no, they're
Um,
just trying to like cause shit basically. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there was like one person towards the end who clearly had got bored and was trying to cause trouble, but generally it was so much fun to actually have a proper race where
Hmm.
people were trying to avoid collisions, like driving carefully and sensibly rather than stock car racing. Yeah, so ah, it was brief moment of joy playing that. Then Ganglion episode. Talking of brief moments of joy, seeing your boss getting knocked out by a superhero. Is Ganglion episode 11? Colonel Shadow gets clobbered. As which we discover our hero was not going to do a speech; he was going to lead them in a cheer. It turns out, and we
And
get the
that's why the drum was on the fucking
yes,
tour bus. Yeah.
because we've got to
So
build our spirits up
punctuation.
for our amazing plan to blow up Mount Fuji.
Oh, it's brilliant because not only will that destroy Japan's culture, because how many fucking things like what's the saying like if you can see Mount Fuji from everywhere except if you're standing on the mountain. That even that phrase like that won't mean anything anymore. People with Fuji in the name look like fucking pricks. What about those other mountains that have like this is a Mount Fuji alike? That mountain will go to shit as well. It'll destroy Japan. Like this is the best fucking plan we've ever come up with. Hard cut to them already fucking defeated. Their drill robot like in
Well,
the volcanic
be-
soil.
before the
Yeah.
hard cut, we get the explanation
Yeah,
of
sorry,
why
sorry.
they're going to get defeated because they get stuck. He's explaining all this and
That's
then
right.
says,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
we're stuck in a traffic jam. We're going to be an hour late. Here, Hope
Hope Man
Man,
has already gotten there because he's on a motorbike, so it's easier for him to get through traffic. So
yes,
we really got to fucking get this thing together. He's already on scene. Like he's got there before us, which is unusual, but we'll be grand. Yeah, hard cut to the just entirely deleted
Yes.
like everything gone to shit. Like our main guy happened to be woken up by the dude with the hard hat, like the safety
Yes.
first version of Ganglion. And they're like, "Oh, what fucking happened? Colonel Shadow's been carted off in an like, is it ambulance or is it helicopter? Ambulance
Uh,
helicopter, I mean."
yeah, he's on a stretcher, and the only reason he got clobbered because he ran back to get his bentos.
He didn't have our boy there to give him the bentos. Yeah, Hope Man was just too efficient at taking them out. Um, and he's
Yeah,
like, come here, man. I'm getting too old for this shit. All right, you'll clean it up after me." He's like, "Yes, sir. Okay, off you fucking go." This is a
yeah.
very good show, man.
It's so funny. It's just I just love the gung ho-ness into the plan and then explaining how they're gonna get there late. And Hope Man's
They got
beating
them all
us to it.
fired up for no reason, and they are going to lose more immediately than they usually do. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, some wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Hmm.
Then we've got SANDA, episode 11, Flashback Attack. In which what is her name? The murderous child who Santa.
They say it so much you think I'd remember, but I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, I can't even remember the main. It's like the guy who turns into Santa. He turns into his name's in the title. That one's easy to remember. Um,
And it sounds like Santa, so even if you say it wrong, you're probably mostly right.
we've got Fuyamura, our second protagonist, the tall girl Ono, the girl who's turned into an adult overnight. Uh, Amaya, the best friend who wants to make sweets. We've got Nico, Kazuo, the scatological, and Shirley. Uh, Namatami is the murderous child.
Right.
Uh,
The solution to her having Santa dead to rights, he's on the ground bleeding out in front of a crowd. She's currently still like shooting him with guns. Is damn it, I forgot the tall girl's name immediately. Aminari.
no, Amaya's the uh,
God damn it.
yes, Fuyamura.
Fuyamura coming in and just punching her, going like, "What's her fucking line? I may seem big, but I'm a child at heart. That means I can beat up this fucking child because it's cool for children to punch each other. That's perfectly fine." Yeah, the other
Yeah.
friend kind of going like, "I don't think that's fine actually, but okay, fair enough. It works out in this situation."
Um,
And it's her turning the murderous child turning the gun on her as a defense that causes Santa to leap into action. Um, and that betrays her own morals, as she says later. Is like, "I'm fine with turning a gun on an adult. That's fine. I turned a gun on a child. The thing I'm supposed to be all for because I hate adults." Um, which, yeah, betrayal of her own kind of internal morals. But yeah,
yeah, and then they sort of run around the festival as people flee because the gunfire is now being
well, it's not only that. Like when she first arrives on the festival after running away, it's that she sees like one of the guys operating the stand as an adult, and she like wings him in the arm, kind of thing, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, active shooter at the festival." Kind of ruins the festivities, but yeah.
Uh, oh yeah, and then his solution is to constantly change back and forth from child to adult. in
So
a,
I'll turn into like, he's like, "Have you got any beans in you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "Cool." So he pops a bean. He's like, "I'm gonna go over hit her as a child." That was a great plan that my best friend, tall girl, had. And I was like, "I'll hit her," and like he's like, like he does like the weakest slap you could imagine, and she just like decks him one, causing him to bleed, make him turn into a huge buff guy, and he's like popping another bean, so I can continue this fight as a child. But as they point out, he's aging the equivalent of like 40 or 50 years several times over the course of this slap fight. So it's wrecking his body basically. It's not good for him.
yes, and that is mirrored by what the principal is explaining to Ono is that she's put too
Yes.
much strain on her body by uh,
Having
the
puberty overnight, basically. Yeah.
yes,
And it's also the thing that makes her tall girl realize, "Oh shit, that's what's happening to my friend. I need to go help her out. Santa's got this. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's got this in the bag. He knows what he's doing. So then she's running off to do the thing that she just stuck around with her friend with. But she did. I mean, like, she did come in and clinch to punch that child once, but then she could have left immediately. But she got distracted because, as she keeps pointing out, she is a stupid kid and she's not really thinking things through.
Uh, yeah, what's the line he goes says? Yeah, he wouldn't be a guy if he's not trying to be cool. And then she wants him to grant the wish of being allowed to kill Santa.
And he's like, "That's not what you really want, though, is it? Like, that's not what you actually want. That's what you've been told you want. That's what you've told yourself you want. But what is it you really wish for, little girl?" And she's like, "Fuck, Santa's on to me. I need to get the fuck out of here."
Um, yes, come and have a hug. But you can't hug her unconscious because he's not Black Santa. But she doesn't want a hug because the only hug she wants is from her mother.
Yeah, her wishes probably involve that, and she's running away from. She runs into the crinkly leaves, and because the most of the festival is unattended, when one of those lanterns falls on the leaves, the whole place goes up in a blaze. uh, which I like establishing early on. It's like the only like I hope there's no one in there. It's like no, everyone cleared out because of the active gunman who is currently in the blaze, and it's like if only there was someone fireproof who could save. Yeah, and we
Uh,
know that he is 100% fireproof from
yes,
having to
from
climb down chimneys. So yeah,
uh,
genetically having to climb down chimneys.
and then a guy shows up who he can beat up, Oshibu, particularly mad at him because he's instigated this entire
Yeah.
situation. And we
And
let,
it's even funny with him going like, I'm going to have to thank you, Mr. S. I refuse to call you your name and establish that Santa Claus is real in front of all these children because you've saved one of my precious students." And it's like, right, but it's clear like it's a like the murder child did to him before. It's like this is a declaration of I'm going to get you right now, basically,
yeah, and we end with Fiamura not being able to find where Ono is.
because we did see her collapse in the waiting for her, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the fact that she's premature, like the conversation she had with the principal, like she had premature and overnight puberty, so she's actively aging like crazy equivalent. We keep seeing the veins appear on her feet rather than the aging hands that we've been told about as a metaphor. But so is she like aging way faster and is going to die soon? Seems to be the thing that she assumes. It,
yeah,
oh no, assumes of herself. Yeah.
yes, yeah. It does some good. Because technically, the turning back and forth from Santa should be more body horror-y than it is, and it is to a degree,
I
but it is
mean,
also
there's a point where he's partially like his arm is like a big muscly arm, but
yes,
he's still a skinny child. His leg is broken in a few places while it's trying to morph between child and adult. It all works out in the wash. Like as soon as he
yes,
picks one form, he's grand. But like it is fairly body horror, except for it's a child going like, no, I for once I
yes,
don't want to be called cute. I want to be called like cool and manly.
yes. And yes, there's a fundamental silliness to it as well, which
Yeah.
takes some of the edge off that, which I think is
I mean,
probably
she
gonna
spent the last episode like just blatting him at fucking point blank range, and now he's chasing her through the thing. He's like, "Give me a hug," which is like a very silly premise, done very seriously. But yeah, still with a
yeah,
lot of jokes.
yeah, and I think that's to counterbalance the Ono stuff, so it makes the Ono stuff
Yeah,
seem more
more harrowing
harsh
because
and harrowing,
this
yeah.
is happening to someone who this isn't like a regular daily occurrence for. She like this is not good for her body, that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's not because his transformations are some sort of magical inheritance,
Genetics. Yeah.
yeah, as opposed to something forced on her by. Now the question is whether this how I guess it's society wide because the existence of the Santa hunting squad suggests it's society wide and not just a
Yeah, and they
school that
appear
has
to
gone
like put all
insane.
their they appear to put their not aged population into this one fucking all their eggs in one basket of this faculty. So it's yeah, society is kind of fucked by this, by all of this fucking shit. Yeah, and just keeping it
Hmm.
quiet that Santa Claus exists and Christmas is cancelled is yeah, it's a fun weird fucking thing, and it still looks great. And I am kind of like, I kind of like looking at characters like Owen. I was like, geez, I hope she's okay. Like, I feel bad for the fucking kid, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Uh, yeah, we will see. I don't know if it's another 2 episodes or another 1 episode. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if it was going to 12 or 13. Yeah.
Uh, that's it for this week, which is plenty, and we'll be back
Mm.
either in the new year. Well, yeah, in the new year. Even if we record something before the new year, I won't get the episode edited in time to get it out
Yeah,
before the new
fair
year.
enough. Fair enough.
So that's it for Let's Go. We'll be next time with, well, yeah, some of the same, some won't be the same. And
Probably a couple
more,
of new things,
probably,
but more of the old
yeah.
things.
Well, I don't know if there's anything decent starting that early, to be honest.
Oh, might be a little break before things kick off again. Okay, fair enough.
Well, things will be kicking off, but it's always like the first week's full of absolute junk out on the schedule.
It's
Just
an excuse to check out junk though. That's always fun.
it is. Just let's have a quick butchers. Anything early that is of interest. Well, there's a Undead Unluck special on Christmas Day.
Yeah, yeah, might be worth checking out. That might be the
Uh,
last fucking one we get of Undead Unluck as visual fucking as cartoon stuff. But yeah.
yeah, but then I think I forgot. That Fist of the North Star gag thing looks quite bad in terms of animation.
Mm,
There's new Vigilantes on January the 5th, new Golden Kamuy on January the 5th.
okay.
Um, there's new Hell Teacher, new Bay January the 7th, new Jujutsu Kaisen January the 8th, which even though I abandoned it in season 1, I think I may come back to it for Culling Game because I just want to
Uh,
be there. I just want to be there when people go, "What on earth is going on with this?" Now they with these weird new characters and this weird new setup. Because I've seen it happen once with the manga,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Like
and I
the peak of it for me was the prior arc. That was like that ended really well, and then I remember not liking it less and less, but it is messy. There's some bits in there that are
yeah,
like they introduce a character, several characters on it. That's cool as fuck. This guy's great. I love his
yes,
deal. I love this one-off fucking thing. But what's your focus here? And the answer is no, no fucking focus.
no, but I mean, there's bits in the Culling Game which I think are my favorite parts.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Specifically, the way Kenjaku meets his end, but that won't be in this season.
yeah. That's a while away. Yeah,
Um, and I also really like the final chapter that people didn't like. Of
that was what I wanted the entire fucking thing to be. That final fucking
yes,
chapter.
yeah,
So yeah, that was a good chapter to me.
yeah. It is a
Uh,
bit. Here's what you could have won.
like that's the thing that frustrates me about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I actually do like the comic. I even like the sequel series that's currently happening. Like it's good. Some of the writing and the ideas are just really fantastic, and I'm having a great time with them. Or interesting or disturbing or whatever they're going for a time with it. It's just it gets unfocused very often, and the culling game is a huge thing of lack of like I don't know. Was it editorial coming in? It's like, no, that's no good. Change it up, or was it just I got too
uh,
many ideas and I need to
I
cram them all in
think
this fucking thing?
I think health. I think it's got the same problem that My
Yeah,
Hero
yeah.
Academia did of just health needing to wrap it up
If you
sooner
took
than
longer
you
doing
wanted.
it, if you took your time doing it, you wouldn't have had the same health troubles that cause you to rush it. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Uh, so yeah, I guess so to take your time in terms, but yeah, I don't think you're not. You probably could have argued for the 3 weeks on, 1 week off schedule because I think
Yeah,
kind of that might have been how it ended up going anyway. I think there's like lots of weeks off in places, if I remember correctly. But yeah, both of them are. I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen's ending is it's more annoying than My Hero Academia's, but I think is a better ending. But and I
It
do
feels
wonder.
more like a version of what you were going for, but maybe not executed the best. Yeah,
Yeah, I do wonder whether the anime can solve some of the because obviously
that's true.
you identify the big problem is the descent into Hunter x Hunter, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
deluge of dialogue discussing how powers work, or might not work, is definitely
Although I will say, in the Culling game, there's a bit where all the characters sit down and have a discussion on how can we legally catch the main villain, and I really
yes,
enjoyed that chapter.
yes. Like
Like how, like listen, all those people he killed, that was 1,000 years ago. Statute of limitations gone. How do we catch him today? Has he done any tax evasion? It was just
yeah,
really fucking funny.
I think
Yeah,
that's why I want to go and check this out, most at least for a little bit, because I think it has some of the wildest ideas in the series
yeah,
is contained in this part, and I also think some of those ideas too wild for some people. Um,
yeah, yeah. If it was nearly like it was done in a different comic and that was the premise, that would be great. But you've
yeah,
attached it to this thing that people were not expecting that in. Yeah.
we got High School Kim and Gooby, January the 9th, Firefox Season 3 Part 2, January the 9th,
Okay.
uh, Trigun Stargaze, January the 10th.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Cool.
You and I are polar opposites. I'm interested in that based on the trailer because it looks really well animated. January the 11th. Kaya-chan isn't scary. I'm interested in that, but the trailer's got some dodgy subtitles on the Crunchyroll thing it showed up
Yeah, I
today.
said I was going to wait for another. I got partway through and I was like, I'm going to wait for this trailer to come back better. And I was having the
Yes.
same trouble.
And then there is that one on Netflix that looks like the best thing animation wise. It's another Wit one. What is it? It's
Ah,
called Love for a Prism. Um,
okay.
that is Wit Studio, and it is the creator of Boys Over Flowers. It's the one about the Japanese girl traveling to England to study art in the early 20th century, and it looks like
Okay.
everybody falls in love with her um, instantly.
I mean, like if you're in Paris in that fucking time period, um, what did they call Japanophiles back then? There was a word for it as well. Like mostly
Yeah,
Japanese art, but I assume like an equivalent of the person. Yeah.
yeah, and obviously people from Japan were being sent to study in England around that time,
Yeah.
so it is
Mm, mm,
there is a degree of historical thing, but the animation in that trailer looks so good. And it's an original
mm.
story as well. It's an original anime. It's an original anime being made with wonderful animation. I was like, yeah, definitely going to check that one out.
Okay.
And also, if I ever do that anime history of England again, it would get added to that. And it would be a rare non-orphan thing. Well, actually, not the red. It's not. There actually is plenty of things with this sort of plot of uh, I'm the coolest girl in England. Uh, there's a fair number of those from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my favourite one is the 12-year-old detective who's given the badge in the very first episode by Queen Victoria, much to the annoyance of the Metropolitan Police. Queen Victoria appoints her an official detective, and the stuffy old police was like, "Oh, this small girl and a dog being a detective." Uh, and you look at the Wikipedia, it's like this was not the premise of this cartoon when it started out, which is why the character design for that girl is sort of seems like it comes from a completely different show. But yes,
Mm.
so I don't think we have to worry about any of those until like second week back in January. I think I could leave it at 6 shows. I don't think even though
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
named more than six, I think six is easy enough. Definitely looking to see the end of Golden Kamuy. Looking forward to that, even though as I say, already
Yeah.
read the old comics on that one.
Well,
Um,
it'd be fun to see it animated, fun to see it perform, that kind of thing.
yeah, so
Like I'll probably watch Fire Force under my own theme because I powered fucking through catching up, and I was like, man, I really actually enjoyed this. I'm sorry I let it hang for so long. I wasn't in the
yeah,
mood at the time when I was watching season one. I think it was on me more so than anything.
yeah, I should really do it as well because it is doing the weird bit with the live action this season.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they made sure to put that in the trailer again to make sure you know. Yeah, we're doing it here as well. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it's more sort of wild in the comic where you turn the page and there's suddenly a photo of a real person in there. Uh, um, yeah, I think Grant Morrison should have done that for Animal Man, rather than just have himself drawn. That's it for Let's Go. We'll be back next time with more of the same. Bye bye.
Bye.